Namaskar and welcome to the another episode of Dil Se Dil Tak with Pradeep. I am happy to once again present another icon of industry who has got the vast experience in pharmaceutical industry. Today's topic will be evolving around career in pharma industry, the status of pharma industry in Odisha, and what are the colleges where students can go study and make the career if it is really thriving in Odisha. We will talk about that, but in the meanwhile I would like to welcome Mr. J.N. Nandaji, who has almost 30 years plus experience in pharma industry. In fact, he has a very unique track record. Unlike other people, those who start the career, they frequently change the companies to reach the top level. But Mr. J.N. Nanda has surprisingly started his career as MR or medical representative to be precise, and retired from the same company he started his career. That's a remarkable achievement. So I will welcome Mr. J.N. Nanda to my podcast Dil Se Dil Tak with Pradeep. Welcome, Mr. Nanda. Please, I will request you to brief something about you, your career, and how do you now see your life post-retirement?
So thank you very much, sir, for this warm invitation to your podcast. First of all, I am happy that I have completed my superannuation in one single company, a stint of 30 years. So joining this pharmaceutical profession was not by choice, rather it was a Hobson's choice. Just after graduation, when I was looking for different type of jobs, I got an opportunity to join this company, Cachet Pharmaceuticals.
Cachet, one of the very important divisions of Alchem, right?
Yes.
Alchem Laboratories.
Alchem group of company, yeah.
Yes, it's very leading pharmaceutical company.
Leading, yes.
Okay.
So this seemed very curious. What is how to go to the doctors? It's a totally different thing which we were not knowing throughout our life. Detailing a product and highlighting the product, comparing with the competitors also, and so on. But I started realizing if I do not accept this profession, I cannot click it, because anything in any field of life, if I do not love my work, if I do not give 100% to my work, I cannot be successful. So I had given my full 100% commitment as well as involvement to this organization, to my work, through sincerity, through ethics, and came out successfully by the blessing of God and by the blessing of my well-wishers as well as family members, and completed 30 long years in Cachet, sir.
It's a remarkable achievement. I believe that because I personally have been associated, or rather had been associated
yes, sir, I know that
from pharma companies. So most of the time, those who want to grow, they jump to different companies either for the money or the career or prospect, whatever prospect. So people keep on jumping. In fact, many people say, or the experts say, that if you want to grow fast, you have to change the company. But you have defied all these things, stayed with one company, started as a medical representative, ended with the same company you started from, and that too with the flying colors, right?
Yes.
So, by the way, what's your background, like academic background? You had science background?
No. I come from an arts background with English honors. My graduation at
normally in pharma companies, no, science graduates or the B Pharma graduates, they are taken into.
Yes.
Okay.
They are preferred.
So, yes, they are preferred. Now, and coming back to how was your journey? Like how frequently you got promotion? You have already given the reasons of your success, right?
Yeah.
But I would like to once again listen from you step by step. What was the first experience when you joined as a medical representative? Did you ever think that you will be retiring from the same company?
No. By that time, I was not thinking because I was a bit reluctant by the time I joined the company. But gradually, I started accepting things, implementing things, loving my things, and by dint of that only, I went on adding feather after feather. Because there is a saying in English, every heart has a password to be unlocked. So if we are in business, and the basic thing in business is that, sir, you understand, you need to win the heart of the person, your counterpart. So by dint of ethics, our integrity, our approach, our politeness, if we are able to win the mind of the doctor, influence him, impress him, we will be successful. This is the formula.
This is the part of your job, but on the other side, being an arts graduate, did you ever face any problem of knowing about the physiology, anatomy, or pharmacology, or technical terms while talking to doctors? How could you manage those things?
Yes, but it has two ways, sir. One way is that since I was from English background, I grasped all these things easily. Another way is that since I am from arts background, all the things like anatomy, physiology, systems of body, that could not be well taken by me. So there was constant, but during that stint, gradually I have improved. And in such a situation, time came when I scored during quiz competition 49 out of 50 in this our internal competition also.
That's very nice. Okay.
This imbibe and impart, you can say.
So I want to just what I have understood from you, that anybody, those who are interested to make career in pharma industry, if he or she has got interest, personal interest, good communication, and honest working, hard working nature, can be successful, right?
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Right.
Now today, unlike the past, the market and the industry has changed dramatically, right?
Right.
When you started your career, the approach of doctors, the approach of other people, those who are associated, like CNF, the wholesalers, the retailers, and when you retired from this, what are the changes you have seen in the industry? What good or bad changes which you have seen in the experience? You experienced?
So let's take a scenario, sir. Earlier, what was Bhubaneswar? What was Odisha? So far, traffic is concerned, construction is concerned, population is concerned. And now, what is it? Similarly, by the time I came to this profession, there were very limited number of companies. You can't believe, sir, the relation between doctor and MR was excellent. The reciprocation, the appreciation, the affection of the doctors was mind-blowing. It was very, very, very impressive. But with time, what happened, sir? There were cutthroat competition, horse trading went on. So the whole situation became polluted. That is the reason, sir.
Okay, so how did you cope up with the change scenario? Like when, if I am not wrong, in our days also, the term we used to ethical promotion of the pharmaceutical.
Yes, yes.
And doctors used to talk about Hippocrates, what they call pledge.
Oath, yes.
Right, oath. Where the doctors used to be honest to their job, and even the pharmaceutical companies had got their ethical way of promoting. They were maintaining the system, no bribing, no shortcuts, nothing, only through scientific promotion of the product.
Very right, sir.
Right?
Yes.
But gradually, if I'm not wrong, things became muddier, polluted, as they used the word polluted, and the style of promotion also changed in a negative way. I mean, here the scientific ethical promotions became sidelined, and other way, like under the table systems, it become prevalent, right? So how did you cope these changes in your lifetime?
I can relate this to our to every sphere of life. There is erosion in education, in your social systems, in politics, in pharmaceuticals. There is erosion. So that is bound to happen. A doctor, a chemist, a medical representative, first they are human beings, then they are assigned with some designation. So similarly, when we come to politics, earlier what was happening? There were great politicians with wonderful ethical value as well as ideologies. Now what is happening? We cannot blame people. We have to accept what is happening all around and why this moral erosion is going on. That is also significantly impacted this pharma industry.
Okay. Now, as you know, pharma industry is one of the major contributor of GDP, right?
Right.
Now, today, India is considered to be the third largest manufacturer of pharma product, and in volume wise, you can see it is almost touching to $55 billion per annum, right? This is the volume, and government has given the projection, if this is the way we keep on growing, probably as by the end of 2030 we would be reaching around $130 billion business. This pharma industry will be, and surprisingly almost half comes from the export business,
Right.
And the companies like Aurobindo Pharma, you must have heard about it.
Bulk drug manufacturer.
Yes, they are the major. Sun Pharma is there, and Lupin, and Cipla is there, Zydus is there. These are the companies. Mankind, they are also into what you call domestic promotion as well as in the export business. Export, Glenmark has also a good chunk of business they have got right now. So what I just personally brought is the pharma industry, as per the report which we have right now, is growing at the rate of 7.8% per annum.
Right.
Annually it's growing around 7.8, and India is primarily exporting to North African countries, then European countries, all along Russian countries and Asian countries as well. So India has got bulk chunk of business from these countries. In America, if you know, US FDA is very strict, so most of the time those companies who are exporting their products to America, they need to be very vigilant about. But these things do not happen in India. Why? Those companies, those who are sending the A grade products to America, but on the contrary, in Indian market we find that Indian drug control authorities have not been very serious. You are giving example of some incidents, recent incidents which has killed almost 40 to 50 children in
cough syrup issue.
MP and other places, Chhattisgarh, MP, Rajasthan, you know. So the reason was that the wrong combination and the quality was there. So how do you see who is at fault? It is the fault of the system, or is the fault of the manufacturers, those who are not taken care of, or the degradation in the purchasing system, bulk purchasing system? Whom do you like to blame?
There is always a standard operating procedure and a regulatory compliance is required. A drug body is set up to supervise, scrutinize all these things. If they fail to control, for example, I am citing in Western countries, there is only single drug use. If you need paracetamol and ibuprofen, you have to go for 2 tablets. In our country, 2, 3, 4, 5 combinations are put in 1 tablet. What is the rationality? How qualitative it is? Who will decide? If the drug body is functioning properly, everything is scanned, then there is no fear of this.
So you want to say that the Indian drug controlling authorities, probably somewhere they are not properly dispensing their duties, and because of that these kind of lapses are coming.
Certainly.
Okay, now coming back to Odisha pharma market, how many companies are there in Odisha who are involved in pharmaceutical product manufacturing?
It is ridiculous to say that only 18 to 20. I do not understand when Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Kolkata are hubs, and Andhra Pradesh also are hub for these pharmaceutical companies. I fail to understand why this happens in Odisha. Only 18 to 20 companies, because the region is indigenous. There is a call for indigenous by Government of India, by everybody. since the time of the Gandhi. But what we do, we always avoid purchasing our own things. So once a Odisha manufactured product is given to one patient, he is reluctant to take. The concerned chemist is also reluctant to sell it. People put a question mark on it, and if there is a level of Mumbai or Ahmedabad, they are convinced. Is it right?
I don't know about, because there are because again this could be a debatable subject. Is there any kind of less support from the government side to the entrepreneurs or industrialists to start, or they are not giving the kind of support which is required by the industry to set up? Because recently government of Odisha has signed an agreement for developing pharma as well as
Hub in Khurda.
pharma
Right, sir.
and medical devices hub in between the areas they have earmarked is Khurda and in between
Yes,
Niagara.
yes,
No?
very right.
So right.
Right.
So their idea is that this particular industry, which has not come up, as you rightly said, for say 17, 18, but to be honest, I don't find even 5 companies which are remarkably present in Indian market, right? These are the
Odisha market, you mean to say.
Yes, Odisha based company, Odisha
Yes,
based
yes.
companies. And those who are there, they are also not in the pharmaceutical, they are into ancillary products manufacturing. For example, syringe, gloves, gauze, and these are the products which are
And some drugs also, but very rare.
very less number of, and which are not remarkably coming in the top 100 even in Indian market.
Here I would like to cite an example, sir. In case of Himachal Pradesh, to attract the investor, government of Himachal Pradesh has declared SEZ. There will be no taxation if you manufacture in their state. So there is a huge saving or
tax benefit to
tax
them.
benefit to this
So
producer.
the many, in fact, Odisha should also do that.
Similarly, we need to do this in Odisha also. Once we start by putting one inauguration, making a glitterati, we cannot do this.
So you want to say that Odisha government has virtually not been seriously working towards encouraging these kind of, not only pharmaceutical. Let me also add.
Blame game.
I'm just saying, because I have been talking to
We
people.
need to understand the intricacies. Why there are more number of companies in Maharashtra, in Andhra, in Chennai, in Himachal Pradesh, hilly area, and why not in Odisha? So the government needs to understand that we need to do certain things, provide infrastructure, invite the investor.
Let's see that if government of Odisha, anybody is listening this discussion, can again think about it. Signing agreement or just making projects is not sufficient. You need to encourage the individual entrepreneurs also, industries also,
Right.
and give some tax concessions in reality terms, right? So that's one thing. Now, coming back to, how do you see the doctors' attitudes toward pharma companies, especially when you represent a company? There was a time when doctors used to allow you for giving your presentation. Do you feel that those systems are still existing or not existing now?
Ironically, sir, this varies from state to state. During COVID, one state allowed medical fraternity, I mean to say pharmaceutical employees, fraternity, to move around the state as paramedical workers. In another state, the SOP is something different. Even in some cases, the medical representatives are not allowed inside government institutions, and they are publicly blamed, which is a very area of serious concern, because government, doctor, entire public need to understand that these medical companies, along with business, is serving certain service to the, rendering certain service to this society. How? By informing the doctor regarding the side effects, new molecular arrival, price competition, which ultimately benefits the patient and gives information to the doctor that these things are happening to the, and they are the fastest messengers to pass this message to to the doctor fraternity.
Okay, I believe that you have raised a very valid point, and I also feel that there must be some changes in the attitudes of the doctors as well as the administration who are deciding, because pharmaceutical companies in the past, they were the messengers of new informations. I'm talking about the journals like JAMA, I was talking about BMJ, I'm talking about EMJ. EM means American Medical Journal, British Medical Journal, JAMA, and even Lancet, like the books which they were providing the booklets on new drugs launching, all information, the research, their side effects, their doses, everything was deliberately given to doctor by these medical representatives, and many places doctor used to wait for new products to know.
Right, very right.
And now I believe that medical representatives are not welcome lots. That's the reason probably most of the youngsters, they are not very interested to join. Is it right?
Right, because there is a gap. I am aiming at business, but what are the channels through which I need to reach the place that is to be understood by the whole pharmaceutical industry? So, one well-equipped medical representative, one manager, when passes medical information to one doctor, that is highly praiseworthy and that is useful for the doctor, for the entire fraternity also. But if you focus at business, by doing this or that, I need to achieve my target at any rate, we cannot succeed in pharmaceutical industry.
One other very serious issue which I wish that since you have just superannuated last year, so you must be having latest idea about, and I believe that is a great concern. It's related to the deterioration in the mindset of business ethics, right?
Right.
There used to be private clinics of doctors, apart from the government practices. They used to sit in their own clinic and see patients as well as allow the medical reps to talk about, even the company managers to go, and it is used to support the medical representative in building better relations with doctors and getting businesses, right? Those things are gone now. These clinics have become nursing homes, then these nursing homes turn into the star hospitals, and today all these star hospitals, I'm using the word star hospitals, they are more like hotels rather than the hospitals. They have become the mostly commercialized institutions where except money, nothing works. No sentiments, no poverty, no greed, no like that. You have gone, you will have to either pay through selling your house or land or even your something like that. So how do you see these kind of doctors or institutions? Institution means these hospitals will do justice to humankind, those who need their support. Doctors used to be called as demigods, they were called as a god. Now those things are gone. So how do you see the deterioration, and what is the remedy, how we can overcome from this?
So this is really a challenging question, because regardless of this unethical practices and other things, there are good doctors, there are doctors till date, they are taking a nominal fee from the patient, so ethics lives, and gradually there is a erosion that I do not deny, and government need to do certain things which will regulate all these things. For example, one country, one price. Why this is not implemented? Though there is a slogan for this. If a paracetamol is available at 1 rupee, why another paracetamol is available at 7 rupees? Why the same paracetamol is available at 6 rupees? So the government regulatory authority need to curb all these things and take a full control, and needs to take certain steps to maintain the ethics across pharmaceuticals.
Okay. Now when you said about, there is a new term which is called as generic products, right?
Yes.
Ethical products which are there and doctors write that. Now generic products are also there in the market, which government is trying to make people aware about it. Do you feel that both are same, or the quality changes from ethical products which are sold through doctors or prescribed by doctors, or directly sold in the market where patients can go and purchase, which is very, very cheap as compared to the ethical products, almost 1/3 or even 1/4 of the price of ethical product, right?
So evolution of this generic has really come from outside countries. How? They always rely on basic drug name. Paracetamol is required, paracetamol is written. Similarly, in India also, this generic concept has started with this. But now what is happening? How the same price competition has spoiled the whole story.
Means even a generic market also.
Generic market, so this has also impacted generic market. If there is a ceiling on price, nobody can cross it. If there is a standard pricing rule, nobody can violate this pricing system. Stringent rules should be there from the governmental side.
Okay. Now coming back to the career options for youngsters, because after all we discussed about the pharma industry, the background, about the about nursing homes,
Right.
hospital. No? So the very basic idea of this particular program is related to career for the youth. Now there are many companies. I always find they are in need of medical representatives, area managers, regional managers, zonal managers. They're not getting right people. What could be the problems? Like why they are not getting people to represent the company? Where is the problem? And even on the contrary, though people are looking for job, joining in pharmaceutical company is not their priority. If given the chance, they'll opt for FMCG or other industry, not pharmaceutical. What could be the reasons like?
The most challenging part for a pharmaceutical fraternity, entire fraternity I mean to say, be it a manager, a area manager, a regional manager or a medical representative, is target. This target orientation is the biggest task. You are assigned to achieve target month after month. So entering into this new field of interest or field of skill, so it frightens us, number one. Number two, another thing is that if there are strict regulations from company sides, that earlier what was happening, no arts graduates to be selected as medical representatives. In companies like Pfizer, strict adherence to their SOP was there. But because of competition, lack of manpower, competition in salary level, all these things are violated. That is the prime reason for this.
Okay. Acha. Now in Odisha, I believe, how many pharmaceutical B Pharma or D Pharma colleges do you have any idea?
Roughly 10, 12.
Are there? What I have heard about Royal College in Berhampur is there, which is very known. Even in private universities.
Raigada that is there, in Bhubaneswar, Katak, there are also certain.
Kanak Manjari is there in probably in
Yes.
Raurkela.
Yes.
And there are three universities, private universities, which are also providing B Pharma, D Pharma, M Pharma courses. For example, if I'm not wrong, Centurion University is one,
Yes.
and SOA is there, where also they are providing. There must be even a kit I don't know about exactly, but they must be also having the pharma. So, do you feel that people should get into B Pharma? What are the career prospects for anybody who graduated from B Pharma? What kind of job prospects are there for them?
In pharmaceuticals also, there are manufacturing units. In factory, there are jobs. So for B Pharma people,
Factory, what are the jobs?
this is brand manager, brand promotion manager.
Not in lab, not in
Labs also.
research.
Yes, everywhere there are jobs.
So please elaborate one by one in brief.
So
Suppose in field sales marketing is there. What else? For B Pharma and Pharma people?
at factory side, there are certain jobs also,
Like
your quality control. Yes, your pharmacy manager, like this.
Product managers or
Product
something.
managers also.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you want to say that a B Pharma graduate can start his career or her career from sales or marketing, can also get into training, product management.
Yes,
The
yes,
career
yes.
growth is
There
there
are
and
a lot
can
of
reach
options.
to the top. Like one person, like you started your career as a medical rep and ended as the Odisha head or general head of the a large company, right?
Right.
Similarly, a B Pharma graduate joins a pharmaceutical company in research department, can also rise in research department.
Yes, he can be. He can go up to this vice president, president of quality control.
Also.
Yes.
No, that's all right. And also in product management, where they can be planning and designing. A lot of things are there.
Yes, the visual planning.
So all
your
these
leaflet
scopes
plannings.
are there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, what is the average salary which normally a medical representative in a good company gets?
That cannot be quantified because that varies from company to
Yeah, but
company.
on an average,
Surprisingly, in a multinational company, if the salary of a medical representative is above 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs per annum, in a small company, the salary is as low as only 1.8 lakhs or 2 lakhs per annum. Just
you're talking
imagine
about
the
the salary,
variance.
but
Yes, salary.
they get a lot of incentives, they get a lot of other.
Once they achieve target, they are eligible for anything. But the basic thing is that to make them stand, the salary is required.
Okay.
For which others are also struggling, and they do not feel that this profession is enticing for them.
You will say that this industry is not attracting talented people to get into, right?
Right?
What could be the remedy? Those who have done B Pharma, M Pharma, if they are not interested to get into, or they are not getting because the research related jobs are not they are not there in Odisha, they need to move out to other states, right?
Yes, they can move, and they are moving also. Thousands of people from Odisha, young men, they have joined in several factories across in places like your Himachal Pradesh, your Baddi. I mean, all these places they are there. They are already well settled in these pharmaceutical factories for manufacturing
Okay,
and quality
so
control.
now finally, when we are going to close, a few final points from Mr. Nanda to young people, a message from your side. How do you suggest them, and what are your guidance or the guidelines to them, those who are interested to join into pharma industry?
Regarding leadership, I would tell one thing. There is a shloka in Bhagavad Gita, Utsi Deyu Rime Loka no kurjam karma chedaham. If I am performing my duties properly, people will follow me. So a leader can create followers. And for the young chap, if you are in love with your work, with dedication, ethics, and above all integrity, you are performing your duties, you will come out with flying colors, no doubt about it.
Okay, thank you very much. With this, we are at the end of the program called Dil Se Dil Tak with Pradeep. Today we had a guest called Mr. J.N. Nanda, a pharmaceutical veteran. He has shared his valuable experiences with me, and I am sure those who are watching this particular episode will find is quite useful. Thank you very much. Bye. Namaskar.